Well, it was a story that I had sort of concocted with my husband, so I knew what essentially it was going to be. But my first reaction when I saw the script was, this was written by a guy, and this is not how girls talk. So it was really fun to kind of do a pass on it and get to put in some really fun girl dialogue. But beyond that, I just got really excited about the idea of doing a really physical role on the coast of Maine, which seemed like such a cool concept of, juxtaposing the really harsh, violent rocks and the ocean with just the natural beauty of the area. It's kind of the theme of the movie as well. These horrible things happen to attractive girls. So that was really fun. It was just so different than anything I'd ever done before. Abby's got a really cool arc. I think Abby sort of comes in, we meet Abby, and she lives her life kind of as a victim. Like, she sort of blames everything that's going wrong in her life by this one stupid event that happened between her and her friend Lou years ago. So her life is kind of falling apart, but she sort of hangs it all on the fact that, her friend slept with her then boyfriend and she didn't get to marry him. And because of that, like, everything is just kind of crappy. And so she's kind of like my least favorite kind of girl in reality. But then she has this really amazing turn where when push comes to shove, she is really forced to grow up and pull it together, and this fierce loyalty to her friends who she loves at her core really comes up, and she is forced to sort of almost be the leader of the group and take control, and she does it. She kicks some ass. It is 3 friends who go to an island to reconnect after years of not seeing each other. And it's an island that they used to visit as girls. Their old clubhouse is there. Their time capsule is there. When they get there, they realize they are not alone. There are 3 men on the island hunting. And they, in one night, things sort of go horribly wrong. And there is a massive miscommunication that then leads to something tragic that then gets turned into a horrible, horrible situation. And yet at the same time, like, this is all something that, God forbid, never would happen, but absolutely could happen to someone, which I think sort of brings the most terror to the situation. So it becomes this fight to survive and fight to get off the island alive, and who wants to live more kind of situation. I think I got really, really lucky with these girls. It's always tricky, I think, when you have a story that involves characters who have been friends forever, because that's a really hard chemistry to just come up with like that. Both Lake and Kate came in the day before we started shooting, so it wasn't like we had a ton of prep time together. I knew Lake socially for about a year going into this. We were not good friends. I liked her a lot. I thought she was really cool, very funny, strikingly beautiful, and like could hang. She sort of had like that very easy, casual vibe about her. And so I gave her the script, and she really responded in the way that I wanted an actor to respond, of like, I recognize how difficult this is going to be, but that excites me, and I want to take on that challenge, and let's do this. We got there, and it just worked. I think often a 3-person dynamic is really tricky. I think 2 people can click and 1 person doesn't work, and especially one of them is a director, and so there's a weird power thing. And the girls, there was never any of that. It was just the easiest thing. Our house that we shared became this safe haven for us to come home, and they were so incredibly supportive of me during this very challenging shoot. It wasn't easy all the time, and they just were loving and supportive and sweet, and we became like this bizarre little family tribe together, and now we have this bond that I don't know if I will ever have again with another group of girls, but it doesn't matter because they're stuck with me and I with them. I feel like Lake and I sort of are in the same boat right now, where people sort of know us for comedy, but we were both trained with drama. So she has got this wealth of of talent. And she's so grounded and she keeps it so real and she's so present in every moment. And her eyes are just so intense and you just feel her all the time. She never wavers from you in a scene, which is so special, especially in this movie, where it really becomes the two of us together trying to get off the island. And at the same time, she never loses her glimmer of humor, which I love because I feel like in genre movies and thrillers and horror movies, everything's very serious all the time. Like, why are they so serious? And I feel like you lose the levity of being human. And, you know, while horrible things are going on, there's still really funny moments. You know, people laugh at a funeral. Tragedy can be funny. I think as humans, we balance tragedy with comedy. And that's not to say that it needs to be a laugh out loud riot, but I think there are these moments and just these little hints and glimmers of humor that you also see between people who have known each other for years and years and years and years. And she made sure she held on to that, and I think that was really important.